everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'll be doing your July 2019 general forecast for the sign of Gemini, sun, moon, and rising signs. I hope that you enjoyed your June 2019 general reading. So this is for July 2019. It's a general reading for Gemini sun, Gemini moon, and Gemini rising signs. So we're going to use the Good Tarot deck for your main spread. 5 cards, bottom of the deck for general energy. And then I usually get a qualifier card for any extra messages within your spread. And then, of course, we will get jumpers from our oracle decks here for further messages for you, Gemini. So what does Gemini need to know for the month of July 2019? Messages for Gemini. July 2019. Ooh, that's always nice to see. Endings and beginnings. Something could be a lot of blessed energy. I find the Wheel of Fortune to be extremely blessed with regard to taking on brand new tasks that you, or goals that you intend to see into the very, very, very long future, right? This is very fixed energy with the Wheel of Fortune here. And there's a lot of blessings. So something that you begin or end at this time is very, very fortunate for you. And you can count on your intuition for that. Let's see if it shows up in your reading. Messages for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising for July. La la. Well, I didn't turn up right, so I'm going to leave them there and I'm going to shuffle just a couple more times. Messages for Gemini. Wow. We have to look at this guy. This nice Aquarius energy. Again, really fixed energy here, right? This is long-term thinking. There's a severity here with this king. There could be... We'll see if it comes up again. It's not necessarily a bad card. It's just severe. The truth will be known. The truth will be told. The truth and nothing but the truth. You know, it's very severe. It's very black and white. But, you know, at the end of the day, you get the truth. So you're better off with that. You could also be a Gemini with some Aquarius in your own chart. If that's the case, that could just represent you. All right, let's get out your 5 cards here, see what's going on in the month for you. Look at all that air, wowzers, and all that water, wow. Holy smokes. Okay, so Gemini, first I just want to draw your attention to the fact that we're dealing with a lot of cups energy, you know, very, very strong cups energy here. And then very strong swords energy. So you'll remember that while I was shuffling, that severe king of swords popped out. And now we have this, you know, exceptionally compassionate and loving king of cups. Yes, you could be dealing with an Aquarius and a Scorpio. Those are fixed signs. Also, at the beginning, we had the Wheel of Fortune jump out. I said very explicitly that you're dealing with fixed energies at this time. Endings and beginnings will be long-lasting and have long-lasting effects. And then we're backed up here with some more fixed energy. Scorpio ruled King of Cups, and then the Aquarius ruled King of Swords. So something... even if it's not severe, something is ending and beginning, and then, you know, what it doesn't move into the future is just gone. It's cut off. Probably for good reason. It doesn't look like there's any massive loss here. It looks like you're making big decisions moving up and onward into the future that obviously you've been working hard on doing. And it's almost a compulsion. I can't stop myself. I have to look at the two cards under the bottom of the deck energy. So we have more swords, and then this really nice pentacles. So we're dealing with how many aces? 2 aces, 2 nines, and I'm going to count the king that jumped out, and 2 kings. Now, just before I move any further into the reading, let's see if 2 kings, business opportunities, and then 2 aces, new workplace or home. So these could be themes that are moving about in your world in the month of July. I just wanted to throw that out there because sequences of cards can be very important as well, depending on the Gemini who's watching. I also want to mention too, whenever we see court cards, this could be your energy. If you do have, say, more air or even some water in your own chart, Gemini, if that's the case, this is just very strongly your energy. But you could be dealing with another person. Also, the moon is ruled by Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces as well. So in terms of court cards and people, actual characters or agents in your world in the month of July, you could be dealing with a couple of water signs or even an air sign. If not, this is just energetically speaking. Bottom of the deck, yeah, very compassionate, so loving. I mean, this is spiritually, emotionally, this is the typical loving grandparent, right? This is someone who is full of wisdom. This is a very wise energy, but it's not just wise because I read a book about it. It's because I've lived through the good and the bad, and I choose good. I choose compassion. I choose love. And this is how I operate. So that's what this energy is coming from. It's in a position to teach, right? The kings are the epitome of putting these lessons, these loving, heartwarming, emotional fulfillment lessons into practice. So this is a beautiful card to have here, right? Emotional wellness. And then underneath that, of course, we have the 2 of Swords. It's just sometimes making a decision, not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to see what lies behind making a decision. And then, of course, this gorgeous Knight of Pentacles. A lot of independent energy. I think with the 9 of Cups, we're sort of expecting a party. We're expecting to share our emotions or emotional wealth. The 9 of Pentacles is really just sitting pretty because you've worked for it. You've worked your way there. So yeah, I mean, you could be in a position here where, you've gained a lot through your own efforts, and you really ought to congratulate yourself at this time because that was a lot of work. And these are really beautiful, energetic cards for you. Page of Air, or the Swords, in the center here is the only card that's sort of asking for more information. I think there could be some concern because it sits right in the center of all the other energies here. It could be like everything feels like it's really great. There's so many opportunities. You feel really good. You could have to look at what's behind the scenes. Maybe there's something in the shadows. But don't let that drive you into the state of despair or depression or, feeling as though, say, you can't do anything about it, right? You're going to want to take action here. You're going to, make a decision to do something about either misinformation, missing information, or a thought process or a belief system here that you want to undo or, create something more positive out of. But ultimately, in my view, I think the Page of Swords is really just saying you may get a message or you may get a response here that you don't necessarily like or that you weren't expecting, but you can turn it into something else. And I think that you're emotionally aware enough not to make a bigger deal out of it than, say, perhaps it would have a month ago, right? I think that you've emotionally developed here, or you're being asked to use, your emotional wealth around something that's being said or even thought or decided or concluded. Or again, like I said, if there's information that's missing, something that's not being said, right? I think that, you can see that you're going to have the wherewithal. You're going to have the emotional astuteness to be able to see something for what it is. Like I said here, because we do have our, the challenge being behind the scenes. So I think that you'll, instead of thinking about it, intuit it, feel your way through something here, and it will really provide you with the answers that you seek. Here in the situation, as I mentioned, is this really nice, happy Nine of Cups. I mean, the Nine of Cups is pretty overindulgent, but there could be a celebration here that's worthwhile. You could be celebrating something that's important to you or to someone else. It could just be a personal development, professional development. Maybe we did have some Nine of Pentacles energy there. I mean, it could just be, something, a competition you were having with yourself, or a race you were having with yourself here. And you want to congratulate yourself or celebrate. The Nine of Cups always includes other people as well. There could be, like I said, some indulgences. You could be treating yourself, but you're not leaving anyone else out. This is a really nice sharing is caring type of energy as well. But it's also very, as opposed to, say, the Nine of Pentacles, where, this is very luxurious, right? It's very luxurious. It's very self-made. You really don't need anybody else there, and you're not yearning for anyone else there. I think the Nine of Cups is really just saying, I want to indulge with you. It's like, I want to take what I have and I want to share that, right? And there's a lot of sharing is caring energy here. So here in the challenge position, as I mentioned, is the Moon, Pisces ruled Moon. I mean, it's an interesting card to have in a challenge, just because we are dealing, the Pisces rules the 12th house, of course. The 12th house is, self-undoing. It's the hidden realms. It's the unseen. It's the 12th house. It rules the mystics, the psychics, and the psychos, right? So, and there's very often a very fine line there. So, but ultimately, it's hidden. It's what's not being said. It's what's not being heard. It's what's not being expressed. So again, if that's the case for you, don't make anything up at this time. I would really go and get more information. Don't get stuck in your head here, because this is very emotional energy, right? Look at all this. I mean, you can say the Moon, I would consider it a watery element, right? Pisces ruled Moon. We have all this water around some, thinking and believing energies here. So you can really help yourself out. You could, emotionally help yourself out of something difficult. If there's something missing, just find the key, find the answer, look to someone to talk to. If this is all about you and you just need to express yourself, do that, so that you can reflect on it, right? Either record it with a recording device, your own phone. For example, get a diary, a journal. Because there's such independent energy here, for example, maybe you need to come to terms with something here, or you need to answer something for yourself, right? Something that is hidden or deep, or in the shadows or behind the scenes, that you, for whatever reason, couldn't or didn't want to take a look at here, because here is what is hidden is a spark of genius, right? This is, the aces are brand new opportunities, essentially. But this is new information, right? Because this is hidden. This is, I need more information, or what did you say? That could be that energy here with the Page of Swords. Here with the what is hidden is, it's available to you. It's just around the corner. It's as soon as you hear it or see it, it's going to be so obvious, and it's really going to help you out here. And it's going to lead you, in my view, it's going to lead you to a sense of a new emotional start, a new, say, understanding, right? It's going to lead you to a safer, better, more established and loving position. And it could just be something as simple as acceptance, right? But it's powerful no matter what it is here. Ace of Swords being in the what is hidden position, and then the outcome being the Ace of Cups. If this is a spiritual journey for you, I would say that you are definitely, blooming out of something here that you perhaps have been studying for quite some time. This could be something having to do with the occult. Perhaps you are a reader or an esoteric or occultist yourself. If that's the case, don't be afraid of getting more information, or really, I would say, you know, feel confident demanding that at this time, either from someone else, an author, yourself, you know, whatever it is. But something that leaves you in a beautiful, emotional space, something that gives you an opportunity, right? Our aces are opportunities. So what do I want to look at here? You know, I'm normally looking at the what is hidden, but I feel that this is just new information or something that's a spark of genius that's really going to lead you on your way. And the moon is already sort of a closed up, like kind of a cloaked, clandestine card. So let's get some information into the challenge. Why is the moon in the challenge position? Clarify the moon in the challenge position. So you're on solid ground here, something you've been working on for quite some time. You could feel as though you need to undergo some revision. You could be in process of undergoing some revision here. But again, it could have just been some missing information, something that was even misunderstood, right? Something that wasn't clear to you, or there was an aha moment that was necessary for you here. So I wouldn't necessarily throw the baby out with the bathwater with regard to what's going on here for you in the month of July. You know, you're going to want to hold your ground, right? You're on solid ground here. This is sturdy, steady. You're in a good position. Don't let something that's behind the scenes or unknown or something that feels like a little bit shadow. This could be shadow work for you, right? You know, you could be stronger than you believe right now, or that you can see right now. But I think that'll be shown to you. At least by the 3rd week of July, it'll be evident to you. Perhaps it's not that you were missing something, it's that something was needed time to develop, right? I mean, everything, especially for learning, perhaps you were really highly aware intuitively or emotionally about something, but information about that emotional, say, maturity, okay, was missing, and you felt, well, I don't have that information about that emotional element, therefore I must be dumb, or therefore I must not understand my emotions, and so forth. But I don't think that's the case here. I think that you do. I think that, Gemini, you just need that quantified. You're just going to need something quantified here, but you're on a very solid ground. You're on solid ground here. And also, I read the 7 of Wands as something, you do have something to fight for. So, you know, don't give up at this time. Keep going in the direction of your dreams. So we do have cleansing here. This is very nice to see, especially with all of this water, especially with that really nice Wheel of Fortune jumping out at the beginning as I was shuffling there. Of course, with the very fixed energies, right? So a cleansing is necessary, really getting rid of, you know, worry, right? You know, the Page of Swords can really just, I guess, in a word, we can call that a worry. But there's a genius. There's something that follows that. And like anything else, you can combat that. You can cleanse it. You can get rid of it. You can wash it away. I also find frogs are very, very powerful just because they just have a curious existence. There are frogs, for example, that go under the mud for a year at a time, and their heart rate goes so slow that they are basically dead. But they're not. It's just okay, there's an appearance issue here. So what appears to be, right, with the moon, something is going on beneath the surface, and something needs to be cleansed out, probably information or misinformation, an attitude or belief system, a conversation that has been had or that needs to be had, and it can be solved like that, okay? I promise you it can be solved like that, because a spark of genius awaits you after this is looked at or appreciated for what it is. So really clean up what just what you can pinpoint doesn't work for you anymore. I think that will really help set you free. We have our second moon here. We have a deep knowing. I think intuitively, you know, if you give that part of you a chance here, I think intuitively you already know something, and then this could, the whole issue or concern could just be around like not wanting to know, right? We do have that 2 here, 2 of Swords, not wanting to look, not wanting to make a decision, okay? But you can do it. You can totally do it. You can set yourself free here. And then not for you, right? I mean, it's one or the other, right? It really is a decision between one thing or the other. And it doesn't mean permanently. This isn't a lifetime reading. This is just for the month of July. So something isn't for you in the month of July, and then something is. And I'm going to suggest very strongly that what is for you is emotional wealth and well-being. Perhaps even an opportunity here for you to, you know, celebrate, right? Indulge a little. Indulging in the senses. In good food and fine wine and that type of thing. And it's summer, right? Why not? Maybe that's what's going on. You just need to celebrate a little bit. Let's see what the Romance Angels cards has in store for you. And then, of course, we'll get a jumper from the Healing with the Angels. I always treat the Romance Angels, if this is a romance or love reading for you, of course, use it accordingly. Otherwise, it can be about children, concepts, and creative ventures. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So again, really beautiful card here. If you were wondering about something or how someone was feeling, if this is a love reading for you, have a conversation, even if it feels difficult, Gemini. It's just, it's going to help the other person as well. It's going to put you in a leadership position, a position of emotional maturity, okay? And, you know, believe in yourself enough and believe in the position that you're in and the capabilities that you have, that you can handle whatever answer you get. And it may be better than you anticipate anyway. So, you know, think positively. Don't let that negative Nelly Page of Swords get you down. Just get that information. Don't put it off. If this is a creative card for you, the soulmate card, I would suggest, yes, keep going in the direction of your dreams. Even if this is work, a career, spiritual matters, I would say, yes, keep going. You know, your soul is in alignment with the energies that are around you, right? That's a beautiful position to be in, a great place to be. Very satisfactory, emotionally fulfilling, and so forth. And intention. I mean, we really could deal with more education about intention. Intention is literally everything. It's everything. What is your intention behind this? Is it to be right? Is it to defend something in order to be right? Or is it to, I feel like I'm on solid ground here. Do you agree? Can we build something together? So what is your intention? Is it to be right? Or is it to be loving? Is it to be, you know, knowledgeable? Or is it to be loving? Or is it to balance them? Like, what is your intention behind all this? I think a decision, as long as a decision is made for you, I would say at least in the first week of July, you're going to have a gorgeous month ahead. So Gemini, I loved reading for you. That was a really nice spread. If you have a second, comment below. Let me know how this works out for you. If you're not already, subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. And until next time, take excellent care. Bye for now.